Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today we are discussing a 2019 movie, produced, written by, and starring Taika Waititi. And this is it's a subject what people may think, ooh, you shouldn't really be going down this road. But yes, at all. This movie has and is up for quite a few awards. The acting is brilliant in it for me personally. I can understand why people go, "Ooh, you should be going on this subject," but it's the take of the one side to the other side's point of view, and we won't go into that much, but we'll go to the opening thoughts of Jojo Rabbit by Taika Waititi. Let's go to Alid first.
Yeah. Well, I liked it at the beginning. I thought, I'm going to get into this. And then I kind of drifted off towards the middle. I'm not quite sure why. I just felt it lost momentum a bit.
Where was that then?
I don't know. I would say towards the middle when they were with the girl and that.
Yeah.
I just thought they could have gone other directions with it or something.
What direction would you have preferred?
I don't know really, but I did find a lot of it quite funny. Well, I thought it was funnier at the beginning.
This is it.
When it went on.
Yeah, the sort of lightened it up. It's a young kid, a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah.
An imaginary friend, yes, in the guise of Hitler. And there wasn't promoting Nazism. They were taking the mick out of Hitler.
Yeah, taking the mick out of Hitler. Yeah.
And it was, and they swapped it around. It was in the eyes of the young German boy, and I liked that. It was a good take on it. A serious subject.
Yeah.
It was a serious subject, and I say all the actors involved in this did a pretty damn good job. So,
and there were some really funny, physical gags in it as well. There were some really funny ones, like when the kid blew himself up. And you see towards the beginning when they're training, and the kid throws the knife at the tree and it goes straight into his leg. I thought, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, there was some great physical gags in it as well. No, the acting was very good. Yeah,
I mean,
the kids were very good. Yeah.
I mean, this movie has won several awards last year. It's up for in the Oscars this year. I can see why.
Yeah. I can see why. Yeah,
they've jumped in and thought we're going to turn it around, and people may not like the subject we're doing, but it's got to be said, and I'm all for that. You've got to view something from either side.
But we've had things like this before.
Oh yeah. It's not glorifying anything in this movie.
There was a comedy, and I'm sure it was on Channel 4. I was telling this earlier, that it was about Hitler living in a British home or something. Yeah. And I think it only lasted a few episodes because of it wasn't very well written, but I think the backlash as well. But it wasn't very well written. I remember it being on one of the worst comedies.
Hi, honey, I'm home, or something like that.
That was it. Hi, honey, I'm home. I'm sure that's it.
Yeah.
Was it on Channel 4?
Yeah.
It's something like that. Yeah, and it just didn't take off, did it?
Well, I mean, again, this is the other issue. Just like Lee has had to say,
but the guy who played Hitler was very good. Yeah, very funny. Yeah,
that's the other thing about Hogan's Heroes, because even here there was some there was some argument with people from Massachusetts watching Hogan's Heroes. Slightly different comedy and a different era. But the two guys that were the basic Nazi people, the I know nothing, and the guy with the eyeglass, they insisted that they always lose, they always are the buffoons. I mean, there is a point where if you have too much power, or if you think you're the master race, Doctor Who excluded, and even included with the Daleks, there comes a point where you are ridiculous. You are totally unrealistic. You're just you're just a super dictator or ruler, and there's very few people that are perfect or even close to perfect. So if you're going to go around saying, well, I'm going to change a nation, I'm going to make war, which Hitler did, and Mussolini and all that, and say, well, every other race is stupid and bad, and I'm going to take over the world, yeah, you do deserve to be made fun of. Even if you begin to think that way, you deserve to be made fun of. With all due respect, even with the current guy in America, I don't think American and English leaders should be compared to Hitler, because Hitler wanted a universe just for him. It wasn't just power. He wanted everybody else dead. Everybody. He wanted he wanted everybody dead. He wanted all the Jews dead. He wanted all the homosexuals dead. All that. Gypsies. Yeah, all the gypsies.
He wanted a lot of people dead. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that is different than just a leader you don't like, or a leader that you don't like their policies. But by the same token, that is part of the reason why we fought the war with them and Japan and all that, because their policies, their philosophy is very, very close, even better than an actual dictator. And I think people have forgotten, because they're not taught in history anymore, that a dictator, even if it's Latin or Spanish or whatever, a dictator, even in that realm of the world, is just as bad as a dictator from Germany that says, I believe that all Jews should be dead. That's not the way to think, and that's not the way to behave.
It's gotten very serious.
I know.
I know.
But we're trying to talk about the reality versus the parody. That's why you parody things like this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as the mic's open over there, Alex and Susan, I'd like to hear Susan's take on this.
All right. Well, it has some actors that I didn't know before, who I really have enjoyed watching for the first time. The kid and
his
Taika.
He was very good.
Taika Waititi. He wrote it, he produced it, he directed it. Yeah, and he played Hitler in it.
Yep, Taika.
New Zealand actor, director.
And Roman Griffin Davis, and then Elsa Thomason Mackenzie. Yeah. Those three I had never seen before, but I tell you the truth, they were great. But also the other actors that I liked, I liked these other actors that I'd seen a lot. I'd seen Scarlett Johansson and everything, and I just cannot frickin' wait for the Black Widow movie. Sam Rockwell was brilliant in Galaxy Quest.
He is such an underrated actor.
Yeah, he's quite amazing. And Rebel Wilson was really funny. I liked the fact that she was in it. And Alfie Allen was so cute. Even, I mean, his roles in Game of Thrones were dreadful. I mean, the experience that the character that he played in Game of Thrones was dreadful.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So, and then Stephen Merchant, he's been in so many things.
Yeah, I don't tend to like him either. I
kind of do, but anyway.
But he was ideally cast for that role.
He was, yeah, and it was taken a bit off
hair flick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was taken. I think it was taken a bit off. Was it Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah, Ronald Lacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much like that.
But as Susan said, this is a parody, but it is about what happened back then.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
And if it gets the youth of today looking at what went on 70 odd years ago back then, this film is good.
Because it's a very dark subject. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's a very dark subject, but it's from the eyes of a 10-year-old Hitler youth.
Yeah. And they used to go to war as well.
They did.
They did used to send kids to war, yeah.
But the Hitler youth, the British subjects, the American subjects, the Japanese subjects, they were all human. And it's what their government put onto them. And the only way to tell this sort of story is parody and comedy on a very dark subject. And to me, personally, it works so well.
Oh, it's done well. It could have gone disastrously wrong and been very offensive. Yeah.
I mean, it has had a few backlashes.
Yeah, well, anything funny about the Third Reich will be horribly backlashed.
Yeah.
I mean, it did. Even the episode of Let's Kill Hitler of Doctor Who, where Rory Williams socks Hitler in the jaw and then puts him in a cupboard. I mean, those are great. Those are great moments.
Yeah, but that episode was offensively bad. It was so offensively bad.
Well,
I don't think it was offensive. It was just really bad, and that's what was offensive.
Yeah, because the Hitler and the Hitler characters only really had like 6 minutes, and everything else.
Yeah, and then they just.
All right. Well, anyway, there was a backlash more than just because of its badness, but because of its,
but I do think that was
there is always a backlash when Hitler is put in a story, unless you're showing him as a completely dark and evil character.
But this one is not really he is a dark character, but he's an imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is talking to his 10-year-old friend, and this Hitler character is acting like a spoke brat anyway.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, because it is a 10-year-old's imagination.
He's got a 10-year-old's imagination.
So well, and it is sending out a message to the youth of today. This movie.
Yeah.
And what's that?
It's well.
Yeah, what's the message, Lee? Come on.
The message.
Come on, come on. What's the message?
I can tell you what the message is. But go ahead, Lee.
Come on.
As with the I can't remember the character's name. The Jewish girl in the attic.
Yeah, I can't remember her name now.
All what
Elsa.
Elsa, yeah.
Elsa, let it go.
All the German, the Nazi was teaching the Hitler youth about the Jews.
Yeah.
Had horns.
The horns, I know, yeah. And they were just adding more stuff.
And then she was playing it back to him. She was playing with him. Oh, yeah, and all like that. Oh, yeah, we only eat this, we only eat that. It was so well done.
Mm.
It was on the side of the Jewish, but then they came together in the end. They were friends.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
it is a good message.
Yeah,
I was more upset when the rabbit died.
Well, again, this is the other. Are we forgetting the scene where he was supposed to have broken the rabbit's neck?
Yeah,
and he didn't want to do it.
I'm upset about that.
Right, he didn't want to do it.
That's how we got the name Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah,
right,
I did like that bit because I wondered why is the film called Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other contrast is his mother, who is actually fighting against the Nazis, and is actually having great dialogue. Love, will help and go.
Mhm.
And she says to the bloodied soldiers on the back of the truck, go home and kiss your mother, because that's the thing. Unfortunately, war, prison, situations like that can harden you real bad.
Yeah, of course
And
they can.
and I think that was the other reason why her character was in the movie. And
to find her hanging halfway
Right.
through.
Right. So I mean,
These are all the messages what this movie is saying for the youth of today.
Mhm. But the youth they won't watch this film, Lee, because they want to watch Star Wars or they want to watch Love Island.
Don't judge all of them like that, Ali. There is somebody who will watch this, and the message will come across.
They can't handle it. They're all snowflakes.
Well, this is it. I mean, this movie is so well acted, so well written. It's a very, very tricky subject to touch upon.
Well, the funny thing that they actually have been playing back on Facebook, there was a scene where Frank Sinatra, the dancer, was talking to some kids. And he goes, except for religion or a Nazi, just because I'm different than you or I come from a different country, that doesn't mean hate me. And that's what this movie should be teaching, is that just because somebody's different from you, just because somebody's different from you, doesn't mean you should hate them. And there's so many reasons to hate people on an individual level, not based on their looks or their race or whatever. But it is funny how in that movie scene he's talking to the kids and he goes, my father came from Italy and your father came from Russia, but wouldn't it be stupid if I hated you because your father came from Russia? He goes, we're all Americans, so use your good old American sense. So again, the other issue too is that people forget that you also go through this college, and the kid is going through a phase that he wants to be strong and he wants to be powerful and he wants to be with a group. But if you watch the movie, they're even making fun of him and insulting him.
Yeah, they are making fun of him.
Right, and I think that he finally realizes, I'm here to live life. I'm not here. He finally kicks Hitler out of the window. Get out of here, Hitler.
He doesn't say get out here, Hitler.
Yeah, no, he says he says go away, Hitler, or whatever, and kicks him out the window.
Kicks him out the window. Yeah.
Fuck you, Hitler.
Yeah. So I think that people need to realize that except for morals and ethics or what you really believe in, you're not supposed to have any system or any belief system that also encourages, I'm going to hate people, I'm going to kill people, I'm going to kill animals. That's not a good belief system. That's not a good religion. And I think that the kid finally, learns empathy.
This movie does. It tries to give out a message, and for me, it works. I mean, I know some people think, no, you should be touching on the Nazis, Hitler, and all like that, but it's got to be. It has got to be talked about.
I mean, you got to live by the rules, really.
You've got
if you
don't talk about these things, you're never going to.
People will forget it. People will forget it.
Exactly, Alex.
Yeah. So
people aren't going to forget it.
Well, remember too that there's also similar items that have excuse me, Alex. There are similar items that have happened, like 9/11. Like the Boston Marathon bombing.
Well, hold on. What on earth does 9/11 have to do with Hitler? How have you gone?
No.
Well, but what I'm saying is because they hated people and they wanted to hurt people.
But that was they were. No.
But Hitler wanted to kill genocide people. He wanted to wipe people out.
No.
He wanted to literally.
I think terrorism is different from genocide in so many ways.
It is.
Okay, so like the things that the lessons that I was getting from this are that if you're going to draw pictures of people that you're making fun of, or that that you feel better than, you're gonna see what's inside of you by drawing the picture. I thought that was really interesting. I thought that the other thing that was really interesting was, it's kind of like The Hiding Place in the movie The Hiding Place, because like there's a kid being hid in the wall.
In the room, yeah.
And so it makes it gives part of the movie a really claustrophobic feel, and some of it is really expansive. And also the soundtrack was so delightful.
I thought it was great.
What did you think? Right, yeah, the soundtrack. What did you think to the opening? It's the Beatles.
Yes, that was good. Yeah,
in German.
I never expected that. I thought, what?
Beatles in German, good, yeah. And then what was the end one?
Bowie, hero.
Bowie in German.
Who's Bowie?
Yeah.
Who's Bowie? I've never heard him.
In German, but
never heard him.
Yeah, that was, and then the rest of the movie's music was lighthearted. I mean, if you didn't really know what the thing was supposed to be talking to you, like, you could just listen to the music and see what your feelings felt, and like that would probably inform you more than anything else. And the interplay that like ScarJo and Sam Rockwell have with our little rat Jojo. Yep. Those were super amazing, bits of quite a little bit of interaction. So I really enjoyed it. And those tell stories too.
Yeah, I mean, the Sam Rockwell character, I can't remember his name now, but also with Alfie Allen, his second in command. They go down the line of that way, I've designed a new costume, and you think, there's feathers, there's pink, there's pink. Hold on a minute, what's going on here? And then you see it in the end, he's got the costume on, he's got the makeup on, you're thinking, right, okay, if Hitler knew about that.
Yeah, and the fact that they were together, like, that was cute, and his name was Captain Klesendorf.
Yeah,
and I mean that sounds like a made up funny,
something from Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah,
but also as well, you've got to realize as well, Scarlett Johansson's character, the mother of Jojo.
Yep.
Knew Sam Rockwell's character was that way inclined, because he even said before he was killed, your mother was a wonderful person, she all like that, and it all, and everything also clicks into place. You think, wow, this is such well written.
It was the whole thing was well written and well done. Yeah, no, the whole thing was, and the comedy was.
Yeah,
Yorkie. The comedy was very good.
It wasn't.
And the other kid,
Yorkie.
Yeah.
It wasn't what?
No, it wasn't. The comedy was not over the top.
No.
It was just there. It was a level where it was acceptable, because if the comedy was over the top with the subject,
it didn't get silly.
No, that's it. It didn't
get silly, is what you're trying to say. Yeah.
There was a few things where I giggled too, and I think, no, like that. But it was, it's. I enjoyed it. I really did. Anybody? Come on. It's an open floor tonight. Cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, the music is. It reminded me a little bit of Tarantino, is that it didn't match any of the decades except for being in German. But again, obviously, the parody, you have to have a contrast. So here he is at the beginning of the movie. Go Hitler! I'm happy for Hitler. I'm all pumped up for Hitler. And as the movie goes on, and he sees, all these things happening, and his mother's dead, and
they were all brainwashed, weren't they? To love Hitler and to everything like that. That is, and they were meant to do the Nazi
salute and all that. Yeah.
The brainwashing is a 10-year-old boy has got an imaginary friend who's Adolf Hitler.
Exactly. Yeah, and they brainwashed brainwashed the children.
Well, it is kind of funny too how
And it shows
Rockwell.
real footage at the beginning, which I like as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I like that element. Yeah.
Funny how Rockwell and Wilson, their real actors' names, how they changed at the end of the movie. Like Rockwell saved his life,
Yep.
Jojo,
Yep, that's
and was
true.
even insulting him and all that, and the American soldiers were beating him up. And then Wilson, the woman, gave some kids guns, but protected Jojo, put a sort of a safety coat on him, but then went out with a machine gun and probably got killed because it was a huge, explosion. So just like Jojo had the hand grenade that he wasn't smart enough to run away from and he got injured, this is another thing, is that it's strange. It's a strange contrast because they have a belief system and a religion that is very unsympathetic, but at the same point, human beings are supposed to have some sort of sympathy and idiosyncrasies and habits and traits that don't necessarily make sense. And they also have to have some fun. I mean, most people laugh at something or enjoy a hobby of something. And it's kind of funny how they showed it sort of at the end of the movie. At first they're very serious, very straight-laced. And then as the movie goes on, they change it. So that's the other, hopefully some people watching this movie will also be reminded too, that even though they're trying to be dedicated to this religion or this belief system, and they're very serious, of course, all human beings want to have fun and laugh. So I think that's the other thing too, that is sort of the interesting contrast, is that they do work in the quirks, even for Hitler, which Hitler had a lot of quirks as well. He just didn't want many people to know, because then you wouldn't take him at all seriously. But I mean, again, it depends on, and of course, there are some people still like that. Unfortunately, there is still neo-Nazis and all that. They just,
oh my God, yeah, there is, yeah.
They don't have an army to fight with another country yet. Let's hope that never happens again. But again, you also have terrorists, which is another version of this in a way as well. They're just, driven by hatred, anger, or religion, and forget, we're all human. So if you go and blow yourself up or blow other people up, that's hateful. You should be caring. You should be living your life and not blowing other people up or blowing yourself up, especially for, religion. But some people are like that too.
I am surprised you liked it though, Alex. I thought it'd be a film that
I see the point. On an intellectual level, I do like this movie. As far as, if somebody was to say to me, oh, do you want to buy it? No, I wouldn't buy it. I do like the actors, because to me that it's sort of it's a little bit of a Tarantino movie, and I don't remember if I've seen Inglourious Basterds, which was also making fun of the Nazis as well.
But also, Alex, it wasn't dissing the Jewish religion.
No,
right. No, I agree.
No, it wasn't. No, not at all. No,
it had a message.
Yeah.
And it was a positive message.
No, and I am for Jews, and I'm not against Germans unless they're Nazis or neo-Nazis or something like that. But the main message, I think, is what I just said, like what Frank Sinatra said. Just because your father or your mother comes from a different country or combs their hair differently, I mean, that's also the message that should count no matter what decade you're in, no matter what country you're in. We're, we're all human. We're, as long as, we're not committing crimes or anything like that, and even if we were, that's for the police or whoever to decide, not individuals, not, armies and things like that, hopefully, because we don't want to go into another world war, because that's going to be very different and very nasty. This isn't so again, but like I said, I love what Sinatra said, that he said, use your good old American head, that unless it's a religion or a Nazi or something like that, we're all different. And, that's what America is too, that, we're all different.
But, a lot of films,
a
lot of comedy films are bad, aren't they? They're just not funny. There's so many comedy films out there that just aren't funny. but this is actually quite funny. It is quite funny.
It's subtle.
It's subtle, but there are so many great moments in it.
And involving the kids.
Yeah, involving the kids were the best bit of the movie.
The two kid actors. I mean, the
main character and the fat lad.
He's only 10 years old.
Yeah.
The best mate, Yoki. I mean, every time he's on screen, it just made me smile.
Roman Griffin and Archie Yates.
And
I mean, it's filmed very well as well.
Yeah, I mean,
the cinematography is very good.
Good on Taika Waititi. I've got to keep saying his name so I can pronounce it right. Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi, done it first time. There you go.
Who I know as Adolf Hitler there.
Oh, it's him, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he wrote it.
He wrote it, directed it, produced it. It's good on him to get performance out of these two young stars. That performance is from those two kids.
He directed it as well, you said.
Directed, produced it.
That's good going. That is really good going to do all that. That's very good going.
Well, I mean, again, that's the other thing, like Lee would say, and I know Susan would say, is that people also forget that kids are products of their environment and also what's going on as well. So people don't always show, or they do show in a documentary style or documentary, as to whether kids are affected, i.e. Anne Frank and other people, to be in situations like that or similar situations like that. And I think because here in America and England, we have so many things that are good or so many things that are, middle class in a way that I think sometimes people forget.
Yeah, but we're all a product of where we're born.
Sure,
all a product of where we're born.
Sure.
If Lee was born in
why me?
Say Lee was born in the Middle East, yeah, he wouldn't be the same Lee he is now.
I wouldn't have a Yorkshire accent.
No.
Wow.
And he wouldn't be sat there doing this with us, would he?
Well, but again, that's also America. Yeah, I mean, America, England, even France. That's why a lot of people immigrate and move to those three countries, because in the 30s, 40s, unless you were rich, you didn't have a very good life.
No.
So I think what I'm trying to say is, I think sometimes people forget too that in other countries and other decades and other cultures, it's not the same as the quote unquote Western culture. It's not the same. It's not as easy to get food. It's not as easy to live the life you want to live. And especially in the 40s where there's a war going on as well. I mean, even England, unfortunately, was getting bombed. Yeah, well, no, but I'm saying it for the benefit of the audience. If anybody is. That, you guys were getting bombed. We came in, late to, America, but came into the World War II, late in the game.
Yeah, you took your time.
Yeah.
You took your time. Yeah, you took your time.
But I'm just saying that, just in case people forget the context. I mean, I can't read the whole thing. We're not going to
forget how late you took, how long you took. We're not going to forget that.
How late you was coming into this.
Right, but I'm right. So I think
America was
later than
glory. America's claimed all the glory.
Doctor Who cast.
What were you saying, Lee? Because I couldn't hear you.
I said America has claimed all the glory in these World War II movies now. We know how late we came into this.
I know. I'm sorry about that.
Alex, you hurried up.
Yeah.
I'm blaming you, Alex. Alex, is it all right?
Right. So we're just saying that. Plus, that's why my parents always taught me, study history, and also that's good, so you won't be gullible. And I'm just worried the way things are in the modern age. Maybe there's still a lot of gullible people out there because they don't seem to. Thankfully, it's not as bad as I thought, but I hope people are reading, more history as well.
Well, let me tell you, Alex, the truth and the sad matter of the fact is the only thing we learn from history is that we learn nothing at all. Because nobody learns a thing, do they, really?
Mistakes over and over again.
Oh, so Mr. Positive.
Look at us here. We keep coming back every weekend and going through the same misery. And we don't
That's a bad habit. That's not history.
Now let's keep going and have
Can I just say, are you calling these casts a bad habit?
Okay, let me speak in here.
Yeah, you moderate.
I enjoy doing these, and I enjoyed this movie, and I found that there was so much cuteness in the middle. I thought that the budding romance between these two was adorable. I thought that the his relationship with the Sam Rockwell character, Klingenberg or whatever, that was fun. And
But when she did the hands down the stairs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Elsa down the.
Yeah, Elsa did the hands down.
Yeah, this turned into a horror movie.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Yeah.
Carry on, Susan.
Yeah. Sorry, Susan.
yeah, so no, it was and the fact that Hitler was always trying to impress the kid.
Yeah,
That was sort
he
of
was more of a child than the kid.
and more needy.
Yeah, very needy. Yeah.
Super demanding of time and energy and place and stuff. So fun.
So, let's favorite moments then.
We've
Susan.
kind of been through all the film.
Those were my favorite moments.
Oh, favorite moments, Alex. Alid.
Go ahead, Alan.
Well, I have one.
I think we've kind of been through the whole film. We've just been kind of jumping in.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Don't just go final say then.
Yeah, let's go final say. Let's go to Susan and Alex for final say and score.
Oi, that's mine. Hey, you're a guest now. You're not a host.
Oh.
Move on, man.
No. Alex and Susan, final say and score. Go on. Alex.
This is what I've got to put with every week.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. You're
well, like I said, it is good acting. I did enjoy a lot of the sarcasm and irony and parody.
Alex.
Yeah, what?
You don't get this.
Lee hasn't said who can go first. How rude.
You do
Lee,
not.
who do you want to go first?
and you're just running over the top of
Alex, you can go first. There you go. Now.
There you go, Alex. You can go first.
Okay, so as I said, it's the dialogue. It is the the dialogue is very good in this movie. The sarcasm, the irony, the fact that they do show also that war is silly, that it hurts a lot of people. I do like the Scarlett Johansson character and the fact that Rockwell and Wilson, do save Jojo at the end, even though they're going to die or they're going to have horrible, lives at the end.
Yeah.
So I think that's also good that they showed that. There's things that I don't like about this movie, but like I said, I agree with it on the dialogue and the intellectual level of showing this kid that, life and friendship is more important than being strong or being tough or being the perfect German or any of this other sort of fascist type of nonsense or this type of mentality. Because nobody's perfect anywhere. So
I wonder what they make of this film in Germany.
So I definitely would give it an 8. Yeah, I definitely give it an 8.
I wish we could have had some German.
Yeah,
input.
German people. Yeah. Yeah. See what they make of this film.
I mean, we
mind
know
you, the Germans do laugh at. The Germans can laugh at themselves. Well, then the Germans can laugh at the Nazis. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do they even talk about the Nazis anymore? Because I thought that was.
I mean, their favorite episode of 40 Towers is the one with.
You started the war.
Yeah, you started the war. Yeah. The Germans. Yeah, that's their favorite episode, so they can laugh at all this stuff. I mean.
Wow. It's also been 70 years since then.
Yeah, it's a long time now.
Yeah, so.
It's older than Lee. Nearly.
Older than most of us.
Nearly. Not quite. Not quite.
Then. Over to you.
I love this. It was great. I think I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's quite the cutest thing I've seen. Since Baby Yoda.
I'm glad. That's not very long then. No, so this morning.
I'm glad you think that, because I picked this movie out,
randomly. Yeah, I didn't even know
randomly.
much about it.
Because I saw a couple of reviews, and I saw it was winning awards and stuff like that, and I thought, we'll do that one.
Yeah.
Because we were going to pick the next best film, which was Cats.
Oh gosh.
We were going to
And,
review Cats, but we decided to go for Hitler instead.
But look at Susan's face. But
Well, Hitler would be easier.
yeah,
Well, I saw Cats on Broadway.
yeah. When I picked it, I didn't know how people would react to this movie, and I'm glad to see our cast members are reacting the same way the people out there are reacting to it. They're liking it.
I hated it. I'm going to give it a 2.
It's praise. It's praise for how they've done it. Go on then.
You only chose it to upset Alex.
No, I didn't. No.
No, but I'm not upset though. I'm not upset.
So that backfired.
Yeah, that did backfire, Lee.
Also, the thing that's backfired is you trying to solicit Alan's final say and score. That's also backfiring.
What's backfiring? I said a 2.
When?
Just a minute ago, when you said everybody loves this film.
All right,
so
so
a 2 then.
God, you're so wrong, Alan. You're just wrong.
No, I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, good.
Well, I gave it an 8 as well.
Yeah, I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10, which is quite good.
Gave it a 9.
Yeah.
So it's up to you there, Lee. What's your final say and score?
Well, I was quite dubious because I'd never seen this movie until this week.
It's only just come out.
With the subject it's about, and I was quite surprised. The acting, the storytelling, it was quite sympathetic. I can't even say it now.
It was quite what?
Yes, that one.
It was quite.
Yeah, it was on
Quite sympathetic.
Of the Jewish, the Germans,
Kids,
yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
gay soldiers,
yeah.
moms with secrets. It was sympathetic with young Jewish girls with incredible patience and sense of humor.
Yeah,
and fearless girls. That chick was fearless.
Well directed, well shot. I mean, the scene was just amazing. It's a 10. I love it. It's
wow.
Are you gonna watch it again and again?
Oh well, yeah. Well, I might even buy it on DVD.
Very well.
Really? You might even go and watch it in the cinema. And
if fans of Taika Waititi know, he's done many films and TV programs, and you may know him from Thor, Ragnarok.
Nice.
Oh,
that was funny too.
Yes, he was. Well, he was in it, but he wasn't. He was the voice of, I can't remember the character, that rock monster.
Yeah.
That was him, the friend of Thor.
Okay, and did he direct it?
No, he didn't direct it, but he was in it. He's an actor as well, you know. He played Hitler in this one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's the guy behind it.
Yeah, but he's also done what is it? So what we do in the dark, something like that vampire.
I don't know what I don't want to know.
What we do in the dark.
What we do that vampire comedy movie. Yeah, he's in that. He's all that. He's a good talent, I tell you.
Yep, I agree.
So you'll be watching his films in the future then?
Yeah, me too.
More of his films.
And also I will probably at some point maybe get this
It is a good movie. I mean, say the subject is a bit people always think about the subject. Oh, Nazis, Jewish things. You think no, watch it.
Hiding Jewish people, that sort of thing is dangerous. It's like,
especially in today's climate.
But also as well, when you've got it from the eyes of the Hitler youth, and you've got an imaginary friend as Hitler, people sort of draw back and think, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that." No,
but kids are so innocent, aren't they? Kids, kids are innocent. That's the thing.
The way it's told, the way it's shown, I tell you something.
Do you know? I'm getting the funny feeling that Lee enjoyed it.
Yeah,
getting this feeling as well, Susan and Alex.
Kind of
Lee quite liked it.
There's not many movies I get that.
I know you're really excited.
What about because I don't know if I have this anywhere. I don't think I do. Did anyone see Inglourious Bastards? Because wasn't that one of the last movies that they were making fun of the Nazis? Beside that Tom Cruise movie, I think.
Yeah,
I've got Inglourious Bastards and I've got Valkyrie on.
It's really pushing Lee's buttons, isn't it? It's really.
So is there any similarity between those two movies and this one, or are they totally different?
Totally different.
There's no comedy in the two movies.
Oh, and the other two? Okay.
No, it's a Tarantino.
Even the Tarantino movie?
Not really. Tarantino's not really comedy, is it?
No, he's not comedy. Come on.
No, he's not comedy, but he's funny as hell.
He's not comedy. You don't call his films a comedy.
Well.
No, Reservoir Dogs isn't. I know. So
no, that's not a comedy. Is it?
So okay, so but we did talk a lot about the comedic elements of The Hateful Eight when we reviewed that. Remember?
No, we didn't.
No, Alan wasn't on that cast.
No, I wasn't on that.
But we did talk a lot about the comedic elements.
Long. I'm not going to sit there for 4 hours.
We will, like, my words.
Our casts aren't 4 hours long, Alan. Jeez.
No, but that was,
I mean, we do talk a lot, but we're not talking for 4 hours.
We do talk for 4 hours.
We will do a Tarantino cast.
Oh, God.
But it's not going to be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood because
we're not going to do any of them.
That's nearly 3 hours long, and I was bored shitless. Anyway,
but Inglourious Bastards had Nazis in it, whereas the Hateful Eight, that was about the prejudice between Lincoln and Samuel L. Jackson and all that.
I know.
So what films are we going to do of his then?
We may do. Well, there's two. What comes to mind? Well, there's three. What comes to mind? We may do Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
And we may do Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
And I don't think Tarantino directed this one, but I think he produced it. We may do From Dusk Till Dawn.
So Dusk Till Dawn.
He's in it. He's not. He didn't produce it. He's in it.
He's in it, yeah, but.
So Dusk Till Dawn, Reservoir Dogs, and Pulp Fiction. Right now, Alex,
no. How about this one?
Hold on.
How about
now,
the Four Rooms?
Alex, mention those films, please, because whatever.
That's a good one. Most people haven't talked about that one in a long time.
What one?
Especially when you go.
I know. There's another one.
No, but I was mentioning Inglourious Bastards because that has Nazis in it.
No, I know, but it's also more frequent, and a lot of people talk about it. But
Alex
Four Rooms is so not talked about. Let's talk about it.
Alex just wants to watch Nazis. There's a thing going on here.
I don't want to watch Nazis.
No, he's got a. He just was talking about it like.
Right, okay.
Can I just ask for that person out there who watches these casts, Alid, would you recommend watching this movie?
No.
Right, Susan. Would you recommend watching this movie?
Yeah, of course.
Alid,
I may even. Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Thank you. So. I'll go back
to I would recommend watching this movie as I would recommend watching these casts.
Oh dear.
Does it stand ground
That's
on?
Not fair at all.
And on that note,
There's no point saying, would we recommend watching this movie when nobody's going to watch this cast till this point?
you see, I mean, he always put us down on everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, some people do. I don't know who they are, but some people do.
Why did you add him back to the group?
Because she missed me.
I don't know. God.
She missed me. Mind you, she added everybody back. So
I'm regretting everybody.
I do miss Alan when he's gone, because he's such a stinking smartass.
There's certain people you haven't asked back. Can I request them to you?
Yeah.
No.
Can I request them to you? I'll message the names to you, yeah?
Yeah, you should definitely ask Lee first, though.
No, Lee doesn't need to know about it.
All right.
He doesn't need to know. Let's add back a few people. Lee will be over the moon.
No, what? Because I'll be removing them straight away. I know the people you've added back, some of them are winding me up already, but hey, we'll move on quietly. End of that.
How's this got onto?
I don't know. Wait, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Not like
just you know.
Yes.
You just gotta keep watching all of our casts because we get weird and we have not yet begun to be strange.
And only me, Alex, Alid, and Susan appear on these casts.
Yeah.
All the other members of the group can go. I'm only being honest. It's true. It's true. But please, you guys, thanks, Alex. Thanks, Susan. Thanks, Alid. It's been fun talking about a movie.
Don't cry. Don't cry, Alid.
It's been fun talking about a movie.
I want to give it. No, sorry. I want to up my score.
You've had your score. You've had your save.
No. Hold on. I want to give it a 10.
Why?
Because the girl was called Elsa.
Okay. You guys out there.
And I recommend you
we're
watch.
in the weeds, aren't we?
I recommend you watch this and then go watch Frozen all over again.
Wait for next week.
Yeah.
Clear. Thanks, you guys, for joining us on this cast. You guys out there, give us a thumbs up, give us a thumbs down. If you want to join us, if you're totally insane and on medication,
let it go.
Leave us a message.
Let it go.
Susan likes to say, ding that bell, get a notification.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're wherever. We're all over the place. Anything else I'd like to say?
Leave a comment.
Did I say that?
No, don't leave a comment.
Share the podcast.
No, don't share the podcast.
Yeah, no, nobody shares the podcast. No.
Nobody shares.
I think that's it.
Lee, I've got a good idea.
No, you haven't.
Why don't you post the podcast on something called the internet?
Oh yeah, that's an idea.
That's a good idea. Maybe it might get further and reach more people.
Wait, I got a better idea. There's this place called YouTube.
Yeah,
there.
Really?
YouTube and Facebook? I think we do that, don't we, guys?
Oh.
Wait, hold on. We've got a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
No.
My God.
Wow.
You've been keeping this a secret.
Tell me about it. In fact, sing me about it. Sing the song and tell me about it.
YouTube. We're on YouTube. There you go.
Hold on a minute. Is that singing?
I can sing you a song if you want. Into the unknown.
Oh,
Into the unknown.
Bye-bye, everybody.